Hey YouTube, coming at you with the first deck profile from Team Outbreak. We're going with Ice Fox's Bujin deck, actually. So go ahead.
Alright, so to start it off, you get your Strato of the deck, Bujin Yamato. All these are fairly new cards, so I will explain these. Basically what he does is during each of your end phase, you can, once per turn, add a card to, add a Bujin monster to your hand, and then discard a card from your hand to the graveyard. So it's basically just toolboxing your graveyard, and he's considered the Stratos of the deck. You've got three Bujinji's Cranes. Basically, this is your Honest of the deck. In my opinion, it's a little bit better than Honest at times, but during the damage calculation, with the battle of a Beast Warrior monster, you ditch him from your hand and discard it to the graveyard to double the original attack of the monster. So Yamato right now is the only target for it, so you basically would be doubling it to 3600 off of the 18. You've got Bujinji Quillen. This is, I guess, the closest compare is Bear. This is like a Bear of the deck, but it targets one face-up card on the field. So whether it be Spell Trap, monster, the only way you can activate those if you have a Beast Warrior Bujin monster on your side of the field, and he's in the graveyard. At that point, you banish it to destroy the face-up. I run two Bujinji Turtles. His effect is basically when a Bujin monster is targeted by a card effect, you remove it from play from your graveyard to negate the effect that's targeting it. It's pretty simple. It's pretty typical. So that was basically the engine. So going into the off card support, we've got Honest and Bear. You'll see why on the Bear. Actually, I got triple Veiler. Got two Kaikus. I play this right now because a lot of cards hurt this deck, like Prophecy's Spellbook of Fate. So stuff like that, dragons, it really hurts them. For the spells, I run very little, but I run triple Tenki. The big three, Heavy, Dark Hole, and Monster Reborn. And two Bujin Carnations. What these do is, if your opponent controls a monster and you control none, you can activate this card and you special summon one banished and one Bujin monster from your graveyard. So you special summon both of them, and they can, during that turn, while they're face up on the field, they can only be used for an Exceed summon of a Beast Warrior or a Wing Beast or a Beast type Exceed monster. It's a very good card. It helps with the speed a lot. So with the traps, start off with double Safe Zone. The biggest problem with this deck is mass destruction. So Torrent really kills the deck, and you really want to keep your Yamatos going. So I'm running Safe Zone because of this, because of these problems. Helps out a lot. I run a triple Horn of the Phantom Beast. The reason by this is because of the new Exceed monster, how it attacks every monster on the field. So this is a huge plus. So if your opponent even has one or two, well, two or more monsters that'll get sent to the graveyard, just absolutely awesome against it. You draw two or more. Can't complain with it. So typical, run the Solemns. Run double Bottomless. double Compulse, 2 Fiendish Chain, Starlight Road, and 2 Vanity Emptiness. This is kind of my little tech with the deck. I really like it. It really screws over some of the bigger decks and even some of the more rogue, because you run this deck over. You kind of run it like a beatdown deck, but at the same time you run the bigger monsters most of the time than, let's say, Prophecies would off the bat. They would have to rely on Fate or something to get over. But really good card. I've been having a lot of fun with this. So that was the main deck. For the extra deck, we've got 2 Bujin Teas, or Bujin Tai, or however you pronounce that, Sasuna O. His effect is once during each battle phase, he can attack every monster on your opponent's side of the field once that turn. What? So his other effect is once per turn, you detach one of the materials on him to either add a Bujin monster to your hand or send one from your deck to the grave. Basically more toolboxing, but he's pretty cool. 2400 attack, so you combine him with Crane and you get a 4800 beater. So I'm also running 1 Tiger King, 1 Diamond Dire, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Maestroke, 1 Gagagag Cowboy, 1 Shockmaster, 1 Black Ship of Corn, 1 Constellar Omega, 1 Starliege Paladynamo. Great card, hardly ever use it though. My little tech is number 44 Sky Pegasus. I don't know, I kind of like this. It's kind of fun to bring it out sometimes, just for fun. And Steel Swarm Roach. Also, I run Stardust and Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon because I side 2 Cyber Dragons.
So how often do you actually use your extra deck besides Susuano?
Very little.
Just to beat down.
It's just beat down. Occasionally I might bring out, Tiger King or maybe Diamond Dire Wolf to get rid of like macro or something. Just spot removal. Other than that, very little.
Basically, that's pretty much it, right?
Yep.
Alright, so that's his Bujin deck.